Additel makes some excellent process calibrators, multifunction process calibrators. There are three really good brands, in my opinion. There is Additel, there is Fluke, there is BMix, and Additel can hold its head very high amongst that rather dignified group. I guess the product that is most difficult to explain is the Additel 209 and 2010 loop calibrator. Um, for many years, and in previous employment, I used to promote the Mr. Signal um, signal generator. It's way cheap. Here's someone advertising it at under 500 New Zealand dollars. Uh, but it's important to understand what you're getting with the 209 and 210 for that matter that you don't get with lower cost units. Um, it's like as it is with most calibration gear, it's about precision and accuracy. A great example I found was looking at vernier calipers. When I recently bought some for use at the office and at my desk, I went to Bunnings and bought a pair for, I think it was $29. Here I'm looking at New Zealand Safety Blackwoods, and we have a set at $40 and $43. But then with similar functionality, well, let's take this one, the $40 digital one, with similar functionality, but at a great deal more money. Mitutoyo from Japan, and they're a much higher precision device, and that's precisely what you're getting with the Additel process calibrator. You have a basic accuracy of either 0.03% in the case of the 209 or 0.01% in the case of the 210. So you're getting a much, much higher quality instrument, much higher level of precision, if you will. I thought I'd have a look at a couple of the main functions on the 209 I'm going to demonstrate today, simply because to me the manual isn't especially great. Some of the descriptions are not super clear from my perspective, so I thought I would just show you some of those. Let's take a look. If we look at the 4 to 20 milliamp side of things, there are four functions. We have milliamp output, we have simulate transmitter output, we have current measurement, and we have loop transmitter current measurement. Now, only those first and last units have 24 volt power on board for generating loop power or loop current. Um, Sometimes terms like source and simulate are used, sometimes other terms are used. On the 209 and 210, they chose milliamp output and loop transmitter milliamp measurement on units that have, on scales that have 24 volt out. So if we take an example, we could use the 209 to very easily simulate a signal into a valve, in this case controlling a gas burner, and we could send the current up and down manually and watch the flames rise and fall, and we can set it on an automatic trajectory where it goes up and down by itself, and we can look at how the flame responds, and we can see the percentage of the full current. So that is in that very first mode, the milliamp output. So that would work exactly in this setup. There would be no extra power required. You would simply disconnect the input that normally drives this valve and use the Additel 209 to generate the signal up and down. The other output that has a 24 volt signal on is the last one, the loop transmitter milliamp measurement, and we'll see how dexterous I can be doing a demo of that on a transmitter on my lap. So if I select that last screen, mode, we can see that this is powering the transmitter. It's just a little Novus in-head transmitter, and we're reading 22 milliamps because there's no input on it, and it's programmed to show go full scale if the input fails, if the sensor fails. The other two functions that are the middle two that are passive are milliamp measurement and simulated transmitter output. We'll start with the easiest one, the milliamp measurement. It's effectively just a current meter. We're just simply measuring the loop current, the 4 to 20 milliamp loop current. The simulate transmitter output does basically what it says on the box. If you want it to go in the circuit and give an output within the loop that you have in situ already in the factory or the plant, you can sure do that. It effectively is a electronic resistor that simply can set a resistance so that the 24 volts passing through it simulates a transmitter producing a 4 to 20 milliamp output. And again, with all these functions I've talked about, we can ramp them up and down manually or automatically. Two other functions that exist, I'll just very quickly show you because they're fairly simple. One is a voltmeter, just 30 volts because it is designed for working on the loop, not for a normal multimeter. So 30 volts maximum, and a switch measurement, which simply tells us if a switch is closed or open, like so. So the key is precision. If you want a basic instrument for throwing in your toolbox for testing loops and simulating, something like a Mr. Signal or other nondescript branded products could quite possibly be fine for you. But even when I was supplying those Mr. Signals, and if someone asked me the question, can it be calibrated? Straight away I knew they were asking for the wrong product. If you want accuracy and precision, the loop calibrator is what you need, not just a signal generator.